I got words of wisdom for you. Communism is socialism in a hurry, and communism is a long and very painful trip to capitalism. The trip to capitalism begins when the citizens use candles because they can no longer afford electricity. It kind of says it all, doesn't it? You know, commies, these people, they speak of universal health care, universal daycare, universal work share, but communism, blah, 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 is a very screwed up system. A communist just doesn't have any class. Do you get it? I hope so. They're bad, bad people, bad hombres. The National Rifle Association of the United States of America, I was at their annual meeting here in Indianapolis a month or so ago, and their numbers are interesting. They bring in almost $450 million a year. You know, that's a lot of dough, and that's a lot of money, a lot of revenue, and they had an increase from last year over $34 million, so they're growing every year. You know, I'm a little bit perplexed by their numbers. They've been around forever, 150 years or whatever that is. And I think they have about 1.5% in terms of membership of the total population in America. So I wish they could kind of tone down the anger and kind of incorporate the fun part of it or something. I wish everybody was a member of them. Certainly they have all kinds of supporters, probably 20, 30, 40, 50 million supporters. I get it. But the paying membership, that's what's needed, because they do use the money wisely. The National Rifle Association in America. In Canada, the prime mistake there recently announced a motion to declare a national climate emergency. That's what this guy's all about. It's either genders, homosexuality, or climate change. I mean, it's all fluff. He doesn't have any substance to anything that he does. And I've always kind of marveled at that. If you're talking climate change all the time, and what about the other side? You always need to talk about both sides of a conversation or of a topic. And he doesn't do that, like all politicians. But climate change, you always see pictures of bears, the polar bear, and so many other cute little animals that are going away because of climate change. What about lizards and snakes and all those bad animals? You never see pictures of them. So I guess that means that climate change doesn't impact them, and they're going to remain. They're going to stay with us. Probably they'll increase in numbers, but all the cuddly little things are going to be gone. That doesn't sound very fair. Does nature kind of do that? It comes down and says, I'll kill you and I'll leave you alone because you're ugly? I don't think so. The Liberals, under the prime mistake, just unveiled that they're going to manage $600 million bailout fund for the media. They're censoring everything that you do in Canada. Free speech doesn't exist anymore. It's a very dangerous place that the Canadian people find themselves in now. I mean, you kind of get what you deserve, you get what you vote for, I guess, but it's time to unwind it because this is going the wrong direction. The path is bad, it's a slippery slope. I mean, you can't have government interference. They've already interfered. I mean, everyone in the media, with one exception, that'd be me, gets a check. All you have to do is apply, and you get a check. I could apply and get a check. Well, I don't do the call me thing, right? And they want everyone to do that, and most people do. And if you're in the publication business, you print, you do anything like that. If you're in the media business, they already give you money. So they already kind of own you. You don't think that maybe, but if you're in that industry, you're kind of owned already. And now they're really rolling it out because they're saying, now we're going to go out with this fun, free speech, it doesn't exist. If you're one of them that gets a check, send it back. I mean, you want free? You got to work at it a little bit. For your information, Canada also, keep up with me here, we're moving along. Canada is a partner of the Rainbow Refugee Society, which sponsors all these letters. Why don't they just say homosexual? They sponsor LGBTQ2 refugees from around the world. So the prime mistake of Canada is targeting those that he wants. That's his gig, right? I mean, everything with him is homosexual and so on. I mean, I hope he brings them over in a boat on a rainy day. And then what's going to happen? You say, oh, we got more change going on. The Liberal government now in Canada says we're going to ban yet another firearm, the third one. What do? They ban it on looks. It's like going into a bar and saying, you have to leave because I don't like how you look, and you have to leave because, you're ugly. Wow. I mean, these are guns that just are dressed up differently. It's like a Corvette is dressed up, or a muscle car is dressed up differently. It's still a car, right? And in most cases, they still have the same cylinders and the same all that kind of stuff. So if you're going to keep on banning guns to inconvenience all the conservatives who own them, where does it stop? I mean, if you're saying that if we say one life is a good thing, then all guns should be banned. But you can't do that because it's property, and on goes the argument. I can only say this: good people don't do bad things. Leave us alone. Now you got Scheer, who wants to be the leader, the Prime Minister of Canada, and he said, I want to talk about a national corridor that will move Canadian oil, gas, and so on. I've had the solution to this years and years ago. It is so simple. You don't have to talk to an Indian, you don't have to talk to a politician or anybody else. The government of Canada owns the highway, okay, from coast to coast. They own it already. They own the ditches. Put your pipeline in the ditch and stop talking. How about some action instead of all this bloody ramble all the time? Boo, ba-doo, ba-doo, boo. I saw a great sign the other day in Ottawa, Canada, liberal in a restaurant. Liberal servings at conservative prices. Hey, y'all come back. See ya.